Casinos don't hide the pay table. They don't have to. It's sitting right there, sometimes only a button press away, waiting for you to open it. But there's a reason most players ignore it, and a reason the house is perfectly fine with that. Because the real secrets of how a game will treat your bankroll aren't in the flashy animations or the big jackpot display. They're in the fine details, hidden in plain sight. And for those who take the time to understand it, the pay table can reveal strategies, risks, and traps that could make or break your session. Let's start with the basics that most people think they already know. The pay table shows what you'll win for each possible combination of symbols. Line up 3 cherries, you get this much. 4 bars, that much. It's presented like a simple menu. This symbol equals this payout, but that's the surface layer, the part designed to look friendly and intuitive. If you stop there, you've already missed the point. Because modern slot machines aren't the mechanical 3-reel games of the past. They're complex algorithms with hundreds, sometimes thousands of potential outcomes hidden in every spin. And the pay table isn't just a prize list. It's the map of how the game is built to work against you, or for you. One of the most overlooked elements? Pay lines. Older slots had them in neat horizontal lines. Now, they zigzag, form strange patterns, and run in ways that make your head spin. The pay table tells you how many there are, and exactly how they connect. Why does that matter? Because the more pay lines you activate, the more chances you have to win, but also, the more you're spending per spin. It's easy to think you're betting small when the machine says 1 cent per line, but if you've got 50 lines in play, that's 50 cents a spin. Over hundreds of spins, that adds up fast. The pay table tells you this. Most players don't bother to notice. Then, there's volatility, the single biggest clue to how the game will behave. Some pay tables practically scream it. You see massive jackpots for rare symbols, but small, almost insulting payouts for common ones. That's high volatility. You'll lose often, but when you win, it could be big. Others show modest payouts across the board. That's low volatility. You'll get more frequent wins, but they'll barely nudge your balance. The trick is knowing which style matches your bankroll and patience. The casino doesn't advertise volatility outright, but the pay table is where you can read between the lines. Multipliers and bonus triggers are another buried detail. Ever notice how some games require multiple specific symbols in precise positions to unlock free spins or bonuses? The pay table lays out these conditions. It'll show you whether wild symbols substitute for everything, or if certain symbols are stubborn exceptions. It will reveal how often a bonus is likely to appear, based on the requirements. A bonus that requires 5 scatter symbols is far less likely to hit than one that only needs 3, even if the prize looks the same. This is where the illusion of luck starts to crumble. And then there's the part the casino would prefer you never think about, return to player, or RTP. Not every pay table lists it, but when it does, it's a goldmine of information. RTP tells you the percentage of wagered money a game is designed to pay back over time. An RTP of 96% means that, in theory, for every 100 wagered, the machine will pay back 96. But that's over thousands of spins, not your short session. If you see an RTP under 90%, that's a warning sign. You're playing a game with a heavy built-in advantage for the house, and if the casino doesn't display the RTP at all, that tells you something too. One of the subtlest traps is how the pay table presents near wins. Many modern slots celebrate almost hits with sounds and animations, tricking your brain into thinking you were close to a big win. The pay table will show you exactly how far away you were. That 2 out of 3 bonus symbol spin might not be close at all, statistically speaking. It's a designed psychological hook, and once you recognize it, it loses its power. Progressive jackpots add another layer of complexity. The pay table reveals whether you can win the jackpot on any bet size, or if you need to wager the maximum. Many players feed machines, thinking they're in the running for the big one, not realizing their small bets disqualify them entirely. The casino doesn't lie, it's in the pay table, but they're not going to highlight it for you in flashing letters either. Even the sequence of payouts can tell you something. If the pay table lists multiple mid-tier prizes that are close in value, it may be designed to keep you engaged with frequent but modest wins. If there's a huge gap between common wins and top prizes, expect long dry spells and a much riskier experience. These patterns aren't coincidences. They're part of the game's blueprint, and the pay table is the legend that explains it if you know how to read it. Here's the thing. Once you start truly studying pay tables, you can't go back to spinning blindly. You'll start to see patterns in every game you play. You'll notice when a game's payouts are stacked in the house's favor. You'll recognize when a bonus isn't worth chasing. And you'll stop wasting money on machines that can't deliver the kind of experience you're looking for. The casino counts on you skipping this step, on you being too eager to start playing, to spend a few minutes reading, but those few minutes can save you hours of slow losses. Some players say they don't want to know, that the mystery is part of the fun, and that's exactly the kind of thinking casinos thrive on, because in reality, there's no mystery, just math. Math that's spelled out in plain sight, but written in a language most people don't bother to learn. The pay table isn't there to be nice. It's there because regulations require transparency, but transparency only matters if you take advantage of it. When you start seeing it for what it is, the casino starts to feel a little different. You realize the game isn't just random chaos, it's engineered entertainment with calculated odds. And once you understand those odds, you're no longer just another player feeding the machine. You're someone who knows the terrain, who can spot the traps before stepping into them. Of course, knowing how to read a pay table doesn't guarantee you'll win. It's not a cheat code, and it won't change the game's underlying mathematics. But it does give you something far more valuable in the long run: control. You'll know what you're getting into before you place a single bet. You'll know when a machine is worth your time and when to walk away. And you'll know, without a doubt, that you're playing with your eyes open, not stumbling around in the dark. And here's the real secret. Casinos love uneducated players. They thrive on impulse and guesswork. But the moment you start reading pay tables with a critical eye, you stop being the ideal customer. You become someone who plays with intention, someone who can still enjoy the game, but who won't be lulled into thinking the house is your friend. And that shift, that tiny bit of awareness, is the casino's least favorite outcome. So, next time you sit down at a slot or load up an online game, resist the urge to hit spin right away. Find the pay table, read it, study it, look at the pay lines, the bonus triggers, the volatility, and the fine print. Understand exactly how the game is built before you give it a single coin. It might not make you rich, but it will make you a smarter player. And in a world where every spin is stacked against you, sometimes knowledge is the biggest win you can take home. Because in the casino's eyes, the best player is the one who never looks past the surface. Don't be that player. Peel back the layers. Learn the code. The game might still beat you, but at least you'll know the rules it's using to do it. And if you want more stories like this, the kind that dig into the hidden mechanics, the unspoken truths, and the little-known strategies that casinos would rather you ignore, make sure you're subscribed. Not just to hear the next story, but to understand the next trap before it costs you.